Have you ever met someone who was like a walking time bomb? That was me. I was insecure, arrogant, and bitter. If you triggered me, I could easily explode. My kids said, experiencing me was like watching the Incredible Hulk. I was desensitized to everything and everyone. I wasn't emotionally connected. I lacked empathy, which led to infidelity, losing my wife at the time, losing my relationship with my kids, and losing my best friend who won't even speak to me to this day. At that point, I knew I needed a way to deal with my trauma, but I didn't know it. I was a black man who needed therapy. My name is Douglas Reed. I'm the Director of Partnerships for Black Men Heal.
I had far too often experienced being collateral damage of men's unhealed pains and traumas. It started with my father. You see, long before my conception, my father had experienced many chronic, complex layers of trauma that included being born during times of racial segregation, racial oppression, and civil rights. He was then drafted into the Vietnam War when he was really still just a kid, 18, 19 years old. That resulted in severe post-traumatic stress disorder, followed by periods of incarceration. Although I know my father loved me, he was a very loving and giving man. However, all of the traumas and obstacles he had experienced affected his ability and capacity for developing the emotionally connective relationship with me that I so needed and desired. I am a product of a black man who needed healing. My name is Tasnim Sulaiman, and I'm the founder of Black Men Heal. Men like my father or Doug are most certainly not alone. The fact is, people of color are 20% more likely to experience mental illness struggles, and yet 50% less likely to receive treatment. Lack of access to culturally responsive care, combined with historically documented racism, exploitation, and bias within the healthcare system, has resulted in many people in the black community understandably less likely to step into a system where you know you're not cared for and that you know is not built for you. These stats are personal for me. As a therapist, working in the mental health care system tirelessly for 17 years, but as a black woman who is just tired of watching this mental health crisis disproportionately and negatively impact my own community. I wanted to build a solution for black men who are greatly lacking services and culturally responsive care. That is how Black Men Heal, my baby, was conceived. Me and my co-founder, COO, Zakia Williams, we like to say Black Men Heal was created through a labor of love. We provide safe, healing spaces for men of color. We recruit and hire clinicians of color to provide free therapy sessions for black men. removing the stigma along the way.
I know I needed help. I was dealing with anger issues, failed marriages, poor relationship with my kids. The only thing I knew to navigate this pain was God. See, I was good to other people. I could just hide my pain. But in reality, I needed help. I had a friend at church who knew my struggles. He looked at me as a big brother. Surely wasn't feeling like one. He knew the depth of my pain, that I was confused, depressed, and feeling unworthy. He told me about an organization called Black Men Heal. I was skeptical. I was affected by the stigma around therapy. I wasn't going to no office laying on some couch and tell some man or some woman about my problems. I wasn't doing that. But I needed help. And at that point, I made the call, got up enough courage, and I talked to a young lady named Taz. She said, go online, fill out the application, and we can work towards your healing. At that point, I don't know if it was fate or my answered prayer from God, but I knew Black Men Heal was a new challenge and beginning for my life. And as a result of my therapy, I started healing my relationship with my kids, with myself, and others around me. I was becoming the man that I was meant to be.
We, as Black people, have endured hundreds of years of undue racism and trauma that has been passed down intergenerationally, and that continues even today. It is because of how much we have endured. We've endured so much that Black pain is often dismissed and mislabeled as Black strength. So we offer free sessions of individual and group therapy that attends to our pain, our trauma. And when men go through our program, they commit to their overall mental health and wellness. And then our kings, they go back out into their communities and they help remove the stigma for other men. And most importantly, they commit to healing within themselves, and for their families. Just imagine if instead of enduring, we were healing. That to me is the real vision of Black strength. Men like that.
It is amazing why 75% of the men that go through Black Men Heal, they continue their therapy. I facilitate a group we call King's Corner every Sunday. With my co-facilitator, we come up with topics that affect Black men. Topics ranging from police brutality, mass incarceration, financial literacy, and yes, healthy relationships. We came up with this idea after the tremendous amount of applicants after the George Floyd incident. We get men from around the country, from around the world, that come in this space to be heard. The joy that it brings me to know that so many black men want to be healed. The joy and the desire to highlight the importance of mental health awareness and become an advocate for it.
Hurt people hurt people. Healed people heal people. We create mental health advocates. And our slogan, I love our slogan, healed men heal men. And here's what that means. If you heal one man, he has the ability to heal a family. If you heal one family, they have the ability to heal a community. And if you heal just one community at a time, that has the powerful potential to heal a world. We envision Black Men Heal being available to every black man in every state. Will you
Join us
on our journey to healing? Thank you.